Okay, so first we're supposed to talk about how comfortable we are with this, and the answer is not at all. I think I mentioned that in one of the emails we exchanged previously that I do not like recording myself or watching my recordings afterwards, which now I have to do to make sure the closed captioning is correct, which it probably won't be because I talk too fast. Um, in terms of communicating with parents, mostly I have done that by email, which I'm very comfortable with. I find a lot of times that even though the gradebook sends out automatic progress reports every week, they don't seem to actually check it or use the ability to access the gradebook themselves through parent view. But if I automatically send out a progress report that seems to be coming from me, they're much more likely to respond and then contact their parents. In terms of communicating with students, I actually have used a variety of tools. Recently, I started using remind.com a lot more. And just Thursday night, the students were supposed to be working on a study guide. So I set up a reminder at about 7 o'clock the night before to um, make sure they finished the study guide. And then I had a student who did not understand a question. So she texted me via Remind and included a picture of what she was confused about. I was able to point her to a video and a um, slideshow that had the information necessary, and she was able to complete the assignment. So I've used a variety of communication methods with the students, but with the parent, it's mostly email. In terms of takeaways from the class, I am already doing a lot of blended learning in my class. It's one of the reasons I decided to take the program. So a lot of it is things I already knew. For example, when the articles mentioned that the students did not like to communicate directly, I could have told you that before reading anything, because if you watch how they communicate, they never call, they always text. I think they like what the articles talked about, like the extra time to reflect. I think they even like that in their private conversations. It gives them some sense of immediacy to text, but at the same time, they can take time to think about it if they need to. I think that is a takeaway from my classroom, though. I do a blended learning model. So the idea that responses online, even if they're given in class, would give more time to respond and less likely to have the symptom where it's the same kid answering the same questions over and over and over again. I already do that to some extent, but I might end up doing that more. So that is probably the biggest takeaway that I have.